France has cancelled talks with UK Home Secretary Priti Patel after Prime Minister Boris Johnson publicly called on France to take back migrants who crossed the Channel. In an escalation of the political crisis after the deaths of 27 people in the Channel, President Emmanuel Macron said communications between leaders should not take place over Twitter.
Talks with other European states are due to take place in Calais on Sunday. But the Home Secretary is not invited. French Interior Minister Gerald Darmanin said Mr. Johnson's public letter was unacceptable, and the president said later he was surprised by the methods when they are not serious. The sinking of the inflatable boat on Wednesday marked the biggest loss of life by drowning in the English Channel on record and included 17 men, 7 women, one of whom was pregnant, and 3 children.
Belgium, the Netherlands, Germany and the European Commission are all due to attend Sunday's meeting in Calais. In order to avoid a repeat of the tragedy, Mr. Johnson set out 5 steps, including proposed joint patrols as early as next week and a bilateral returns agreement. Within hours of Mr. Johnson's letter being published on social media, French anger was clear.
We consider the British Prime Minister's public letter unacceptable and counter to our discussions between partners, Mr. Darmanin said in a statement. As a result, Priti Patel is no longer invited, he added. France has had enough of the double talk, said government spokesman Gabriel Attal. The letter did not correspond at all with the phone conversation Mr. Johnson had with President Emmanuel Macron on Wednesday evening, he said. It makes you wonder if Boris Johnson doesn't regret having left Europe, because as soon as he has a problem, he thinks Europe should take care of it. It doesn't work like that. You need cooperation. He cited post-Brexit arguments over fishing in Northern Ireland and said France had to be extremely firm. In his letter to Mr. Macron, the UK Prime Minister outlined a series of measures. An agreement with France to take back migrants who cross the Channel through this dangerous route would have an immediate and significant impact, Mr. Johnson said. No nation can tackle this alone. I hope the French will reconsider. It's in our interests. It's in their interests. It's certainly in the interests of people who are being people trafficked to the UK. With these tragic scenes we're seeing, people losing their lives. Calais MP Pierre Henry earlier Dumont dismissed the British idea of joint patrols as crazy and said it would not change anything along the vast shoreline. Media reports from Calais say that 2 survivors of the sinking in the Channel have been discharged from hospital and are due to be questioned about how many people were on the boat. One is Iraqi and the other Somali. The emergency meeting in Calais called by Mr. Macron is due to discuss how to stop the crossings. President Macron said France was going to ask for extra help from the British, as even though the migrants were told they would be able to stay in France, they wanted to reach the UK. Mr. Shapps argued that the 5 points laid out by Mr. Johnson were good, common-sense approaches, and he said that this week's tragedy really should focus everybody's minds on dealing with criminal gangs. The UK signed an agreement in July to pay France €62.7 million during 2021-22 to help secure the borders, but the number of people making the crossing has continued to rise. Since the start of the year, 1,552 smugglers have been arrested in northern France and 44 smuggler networks dismantled, Mr. Macron said. Despite this, he said 47,000 attempted Channel crossings to the UK took place this year and 7,800 people were rescued.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.